And it works. They figured it out. Oh yeah. Look at y'all go. Y'all ain't got to fight over it though. All right, so now we are gonna get into making our pig water. We just did our feeder. You can watch that video. I'm gonna make separate videos for each of these things I'm making for our pig pen also. So we're getting into the water, and I'm actually going to make the design that Watts Way Farms did. You can check out their video too if you want to. I'm doing it the same exact way pretty much because it looks really, really effective. I've looked at a lot of videos and making these pig waters, and his seems like it'll last a lot longer. One of the most common issues with pig water is what I've heard is that these nipples start to leak, and then you got to try and figure out a way to swap them out. And then also, because the bushings that you would normally use on these barrels, you have to get down inside the barrel. It means you have to cut the lid off your barrel, and in this method you don't have to cut the lid off your barrel, and then you can use these caps that are already on the barrels to fill your water with. You don't have to worry about trying to figure out a whole lid situation or any of that. And lastly is that this is very flexible, so it can move, and when the pigs are hard on it, they're less likely to break it. And we've had similar issues like that with the chickens, not that they're breaking our water, but because we're in a movable coop, stuff moves around and stuff like that, and eventually it causes leakage on those rigid bushings that you put in the sides of the barrels. So that's what we're getting into, and that is why we were doing this way of doing the barrel, is a big reason because of the lid. So let's get into it. So what you're gonna need, since I'm making 3 different places for a watering nipple on this, is one, you need your 55-gallon drum that's food grade, 3 3/4 inch PVC pipes cut to 8 inches. And then I couldn't find the adapter piece that looks like this, to where it's like 3/4 one end and then 1/2 inch threading on the other end. So basically I bought the coupling, the 3/4 inch coupling, and then the 1/2 inch like threaded bushing that I can put in the coupling, and then this can go on there like that, and then the nipple can then thread in. The 1/2 inch nipple can thread in to the end of that, and then this pipe will get stuck into a 3/4 inch hole using these uniseals. So this is supposed to be leak free, and this also allows me to be able to pull these nipples out pretty easily to drain the barrel if I ever need to move it or anything like that. And I'll list all the materials in the description and where to get them from and all that stuff. You can get like the nipples and the uniseals and stuff like that. You can get them on Amazon, so I'll link those down below. And you'll need your PVC glue and cleaner. So you will need that. I had this on hand. We just had to fix our septic pipes and stuff, so we have that on hand already. But this is a pretty cheap build out. All the pieces and parts together, I think, minus the fact that I didn't have to buy pipe cleaner and glue, was like less than 20 bucks, something like that, for the uniseals, the nipples, and the PVC parts, because even having to buy these separately, these were only like 50 cents a piece or something. So pretty cheap build out. Let's get to making this thing. All right, so first off, got to put 3 different 1.25 inch holes in the side of this. I'm just using an 1.25 inch paddle bit. That works fine on this plastic. I was wrong. Use a daggone hole saw. A paddle bit will quickly make you realize that you have a 55-gallon leaking sieve and not something that is actually going to hold water. Those uniseals need to have a tight seal, and it needs to have a hole that is an actual perfect circle, because that wonky hole that I did in my last barrel with the paddle bit did not work. But with this hole saw, it will. And everybody has different ideas of where you should put the pig nipples on these waterers. I'm gonna put mine pretty close to the bottom because you can always raise it up if I need to, but if I make them too high, I can't really make it lower. So I can make it pretty low and then stack stuff up to make it higher if I want to for the different stages of life when we get these pigs. Nice, perfect circle. So the uniseals, basically, you just shove them in the hole. And the way this supposedly works is once you put this plug in and then you stick the PVC pipe in, the back side kind of opens up, and that's how it creates the seal. So it's a little snug trying to get it in there, which is a good thing because obviously you're trying to make this watertight. but that's just kind of how it works as far as making the seal happen, is that once you, it's kind of tough to shove these pipes in there, and once you do, it kind of expands the back open a little bit to create a tighter seal. So it should feel a little snug getting them in there. All right, those are in. Let's piece together the PVC. We got all the pieces here. Now on all this, you're gonna have to piece it together. You should be using pipe cleaner and pipe glue. And once you get it all pieced together, you can thread everything and you'll be ready to rock. So right now I'm just running the pipe cleaner on all this, getting each piece prepared. And then we will glue it all together. Might as well just go ahead and do a bunch of them since I got it out. All right, cleaner is on everything. Time to start gluing. If I can get the cap off of this bad boy. Hey, it didn't stick. Sweet. All right, now if you've never messed with PVC stuff before, you put the cleaner on, obviously, to clean it up and everything before you start slapping glue on. Make sure, one, the cleaner is dry. Two is that you want to put glue on both pieces. So you want to put glue on the inside of this bushing here that I'm going to be, or the coupling, and then also on the outside of this bushing. That's going to make sure that you are able to create a good seal with the glue when you put it together, and then give it a little twist so all sides are covered. And that piece is done. The next part would be putting this on, but I'm going to go ahead and do all of the couplings and the threaded ends first. All right, so I got all these together, and I actually have a fourth one. I didn't even realize that I had bought a fourth one. So I guess I'm good to go if I ever want to add another one of these to this. So next is the same thing, same exact process, cleaning and putting glue on the end of your PVC, like 8-inch stick here, because you want plenty of PVC going into the barrel. So that's what we're going to be doing, is getting the cleaner, gluing all these pieces together, and then shoving it in. Alrighty, so all these pieces are done and glued together. Got the threaded end there. This is the end that's going to go in the barrel. Last thing we're going to do is go ahead and thread tape these and get these threaded into our pipe before we then insert it into our barrel. Alright, now as far as the thread tape goes, this is what I mean. This stuff right here. Now this is actually for gas line, which it should work fine. This is actually thicker than what you would use for water. Gas line's usually a little thicker. It should work totally fine. But when you're putting this on, you want to put it on in the direction that you're going to thread it. So you want to make sure that you're threading this pipe tape on so that when you actually thread it in, that you're not like backing it off. So what I mean is if I'm going to be turning this right to screw it in, then I want to wrap it as if I'm screwing it in, turning it to the right. And it's a little annoying sometimes. You got to make sure you're holding it on real good while you're getting it on there. But since this is gas line stuff, I don't want to wrap it too much because, like I said, gas line tape is a little thicker. But see, you can still see the threads and everything there, if it'll focus. There we go. See the threads and everything. And then now I can thread this into here, and that should give me a good tight seal. And I'll get some wrenches on this to actually tighten it down real good, but that's how you get your pipe tape and everything on there. All right, so we got the whole pig nipple and everything, the whole assembly together. And now we're going to put it in the uniseal. So this hole is pretty tight, so you're going to have to lubricate appropriately to get it in there. So just getting it a little wet first before you put it in the hole should make it enter a little bit easier. Woo, that's a tough one. There we go. Woo, and she's in. So make sure you get it wet first, and then you should be able to get it in there pretty easy. All right, let's go test her out. So next would be works, and works. That one's a little crappy. That one's not as good. What the heck? The other ones are shooting out of there. I think it has an adjuster on the back though. I probably should have checked them out, maybe done the adjuster, but as long as they're getting water, it doesn't have to spray out. But it's looking good. Pretty happy with it. Now we just got to get the pigs interested enough to try it. So they are using the crap out of these waters, and they seem to be going pretty well. They seem to like them, and they haven't damaged them or anything. They have kind of pulled them out a little bit, but they haven't yanked them all the way out. And every now and then I'll shove them back in if they start getting out a little far. But I think the more that they use them and get used to them, I think they're going to yank on them a whole lot less. Unless it runs out of water. I can totally see them yanking them out when it runs out of water, because they did when I left it out here after the first time I had issues. But overall, this thing is working now. I'm happy it's finally working, so we don't have to keep filling this water pail up. But it's looking good. So that is it on the pig waterer. It went through its trials and errors to figure it out, but with an actual hole saw like we needed, and a little silicone on the compromised freaking barrel we had back here. I don't think I had that on video, but the barrel that I used itself had a crack in it, and I got a sealer on it, and it works now. But overall, pig waterer worked out. It's going pretty well. The pigs are getting water frequently from it and not tearing it up, and it's saving us a whole lot of time with having to refill that water pail, which likely they're just ending up, after they're done drinking it, they're just playing in it, spilling it, and then they're out of water for the next day. So pretty happy with how it turned out. Give it a try for yourself. Thank you guys for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel. We'd love to keep having you as we figure out these pigs, these chickens back here, the garden coming this summer, as we have a really big garden coming this summer. So check it all out, and thank you guys for watching.